to that wonderful, not my introduction, but the great story that Andrew had to tell about what his dreams are for this company, I think you'll all understand why I decided to come with this company. It was interesting. I had options for 2 other companies when I had just finished my last tour with the company doing some design products. And I had come along just about the time I was ready to come on board with Andrew and offer to go back into the practice of urologic surgery, which was my specialty, for a $100,000 sign-up bonus and guaranteed $500,000 a year. Well, that's not bad for starters. But I figured my days in surgery were enough. That's a younger man's game, and I made my contribution for a lot of years in that field as a specialist. By the grace of God, I never had a patient die on the operating table. You know, Mark and Jeff, if you haven't met them over here, these are an amazing couple of guys. I was walking up here and they said, Dr. Kroll, go up there and show them how smart you are. I said, listen, first, that's not my style, but it reminds me of a story. There was this plane flying along at about 30,000 feet, and there were 4 passengers on board. One was a cardiac surgeon. The other was a nuclear physicist who considered himself the smartest man in the world and had advertised himself on his website as that. And there was a Boy Scout, and there was Pope John Paul. All of a sudden, the pilot announced that the motors had both quit, they had run out of fuel, and the plane was going to crash. So he said, you guys better jump. Well, they only had 3 parachutes for these 4 guys. So the first one jumps up as the cardiac surgeon. And he says, listen, I have 5 patients out there with hearts being delivered for the transplant team. I have to be down there, these people are going to die. So he grabbed 1 parachute and jumped. Next guy up right away, predictably, was the smartest man in the world. He quick said, listen, I'm a nuclear physicist, this world needs me. And therefore, he grabbed 1 and jumped. And so the Pope looked at the Boy Scout and he says, listen, son, he said, I've had a lot of good years. God has used me well in this world. You have your whole life ahead of you. He said, you take the parachute and jump. The Boy Scout looked at him and said, don't worry, Father. He said, you know what? There's going to be one for both of us. The smartest man in the world just jumped out with my backpack.